Bert, at 85 years old, always wanted a pair of soft spike golf shoes like Freddie Couples, so, seeing some on sale after his round, he bought them. He was so delighted with his purchase, he decided to wear them home to show the missus. Walking proudly into the house, he sauntered into the kitchen and said to his wife, "Notice anything different about me?" Margaret, at age 83, looked him over and replied, "Nope." Frustrated, Bert stormed off into the bathroom, undressed, and walked back into the kitchen completely naked except for the new golf shoes. Again, he asked Margaret, a little louder this time, "Notice anything different now?" Margaret looked up and said in her best deadpan response, "Bert, what's different? It's hanging down today, it was hanging down yesterday, and it'll be hanging down again tomorrow." Furious, Bert yells out, "And do you know why it's hanging down, Margaret?" "Nope, not a clue," she replied. "It's hanging down because it's looking at my new golf shoes." Without missing a beat, old Margaret replies, "You should have bought a new hat." A woman rushes to her gynecologist in a total panic. "Doctor, doctor! I made a horrible mistake. I hooked up with a guy I met at a bar, and now I'm worried. Is it true you can get pregnant from anal love?" "Of course you can, my dear. Where do you think lawyers come from?" 2. The elderly wife was so pleasantly surprised and very happy. She thought 4 months of dating got A to G. I got A to K. Smilingly, the elderly wife asked, "What does A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K stands for?" Husband: "You are amazing, beautiful, cute, dynamic, elegant, fantastic, good, high-tech." The elderly wife was overjoyed and beaming. So she asked again, "How about the remaining I, J, K?" Husband: "I'm just kidding." Kerplunk! The wife fainted. 3. Wife: "What the hell? Are you insane?" Me: "What? Why? I thought we agreed we're going to throw our sorrows overboard on this Caribbean cruise." Wife: "Yes, Dan, but that was my mother." 4. A guy dies and goes to hell and meets Satan. Satan says to the man, "Nowadays people enter in hell are able to choose their own personal hell. I will take you to a series of doors and you will look inside and tell me if that is where you would like to spend eternity." Satan opens the first door. The man looks inside and sees thousands of people standing on their heads on a hardwood floor. The man says, "This looks too uncomfortable. Show me the next room, please." Satan then walks the man down to the second door. The man looks inside and sees thousands of people standing on their heads on a concrete floor. The man says, "This is even worse. Please show me the next room." Satan nods and takes him to the third door. The man looks inside and sees thousands of people standing knee-deep in liquid, all drinking coffee. The man says, "This is the place for me." Satan says, "Are you sure?" Once the door closes, you can never go back. The man says, "I'm positive." I do love coffee. The man steps in and Satan closes the door. Just before the man could get comfortable, a voice on the loudspeaker says, "Coffee break is over. Back on your heads. 5. A defendant in a court case was in a precarious situation regarding his federal indictment and the subsequent preponderance of evidence of his guilt. The day of his appearance on the witness stand, the bailiff had sworn him in for his testimony, and he was asked to swear on a Bible that he was telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The defendant answered in his customary evasive style, "Show me the part of the Bible where there is a spelling error, and I will swear on that." 6. A helicopter carrying passengers suddenly loses engine power and the aircraft begins to descend. The pilot safely performs an emergency landing in water and tells the passengers to remain seated and to keep the doors closed, stating that in emergency situations, the aircraft is designed to stay afloat for 30 minutes, giving rescuers time to get to them. Just then, a man gets out of his seat and runs over to open the door. The pilot screams at him, "Didn't you hear what I said? The aircraft is designed to stay afloat as long as the doors remain closed." "Of course I heard you," the man replied, "but it's also designed to fly, and look how good that one worked out." 7 Grandma and Grandpa were watching a healing service on TV. The evangelist called to all who wanted to be healed to go to their TV set, place one hand on the TV and the other hand on the body part where they wanted to be healed. Grandma got up and slowly hobbled to the TV, placed her right hand on the set and her left hand on her arthritic shoulder that was causing her to have great pain. Then Grandpa got up, went to the TV, placed his right hand on the set and his left hand on his crotch. Grandma scowled at him and said, "I guess you just don't get it. The purpose of doing this is to heal the sick, not to raise the dead." 8. The girlfriend and I had a blazing row. Then she stormed off, jumped in the car, sped away, and ended up wrapping it round a lamppost and killing herself. I was so upset I went to a medium as I wanted to apologize for my harsh words. For half an hour, we sat there in silence, watching the Ouija board. All of a sudden, the medium stands up and says, "That'll be $500, please." "But nothing's happened," I replied. "She's still not talking to you," said the medium.